I tell these people now, you always start with the small things. The color-coded jeepney in the Longboat didn't happen. Everybody coloring themselves. So we said, dito muna sa blue. Nakita nila, yung kanila na yung ruta na yun, wala nang kolorong doon. Naka-uniform yung lahat ng tao, susunod na yung dilaw, they'll go yellow, then green, then brown, then white, etc. Same thing. One mayor of Manila once said, kaya-kaya mo along the boat because it's small. But sabi ko, why didn't you start at Paco? Then go to Malate, and go to Tondo. Things always start with the beginning. And that beginning has got to be shown to be good in hand. For example, if I want cleanliness, I've always been known in a long boat, kung nakita ko yung kalat, ang tapong na sa gilid sarap, I either pick it up, and people in a long boat, they know when they eat candy, kids there, they put the candy wrapper inside. It starts there, small. And then everybody begins to carry the load. I don't think I can be regarded as somebody that doesn't know how to make policy. After all, I was chairman of the Pacific Asia Tourism Association, which is one of the biggest tourism associations in the world. I was also chairman of the East Asian Pacific Commission, the World Tourism Organization. I'm also a governor of the International Red Cross, which means that I've been working the whole world. I've spoken in Davos, I've spoken in Harvard, I've spoken in one of the best business universities in the world called Kellogg's. I've gone all over the United States, I've gone all over Europe and speaking engagement. So I've dealt with prime ministers, with all the prime ministers practically in Japan of the modern world, and presidents of the United States. So it's not exactly that you're a small city. After all, Colombo had a foreign policy because we had a base link. How do we handle criticism? We accept them. We address them. But we can also be engaging and assertive, and it doesn't mean that you should be awed by it or cowed by it. We don't do that. Basically, I'm a lawyer, and I'm also a man who's working in a foreign company like Procter & Gamble, and he wants to survive that unless you're assertive. And so that is not a problem to me. Making policy is not a problem to me because I've been in the Constitutional Convention. That's a lot of experience. I've been a mayor for 13 years. I made policy in Subic Bay, chairman of Subic Bay Metropolitan Authority. We started from scratch. In fact, it is out of this mind that came the idea of a free port. And when we got it, we used wallet tradition. If people will follow me without being paid, I can handle a bigger country. And because of that, we were able to convert Subic, get the World Bank and the ADB to support it. Got big companies like FedEx, Acer, all the other big companies that came in. Now you have 200,000 jobs out there. What experience do the other candidates present? They're either children of their parents, they've either made money for themselves, built houses and sold them. I have built houses, 15,000 of them, and they were all given and built by the people themselves, out of the Red Cross. And so, to my mind, we present the most complete experience. I've been in the Senate. The Senate makes policy. They make policies, for example, on tourism, on international humanitarian law, on alternative energy. These are policy laws that we've made, and I've authored. After my election, I authored that. These are the policies, and therefore, more than just thinking that we come from a small city background, I think you ought to know that Leoni Fernando also handled policy for Metro Manila. We are both cabinet secretaries. We've been exposed to the whole world. I've traveled all over the country as tourism minister, as well as being a senatorial candidate and a Red Cross. Bayani has done the same thing. We have fixed homes everywhere. We have fixed and supported provinces that have been under the heel of a disaster, and therefore we know how to handle it. We know how to work with other people. Ang kalaban lang namin yung tamad. Ang kalaban lang namin yung mga ayaw magbago. You want to make enemies, you create change. You'll always make enemies. And a man who doesn't create change, he tries not to have an enemy. And that's why he ends up to be transactional. He transacts with everybody. You want to transform? You have to really do practical miracles. And that's why Christ transformed the world. And what did they do? They crucified him. But out of 12 disciples, he built the Catholic Church. Muhammad built Islam. So it all starts from the bottom, the small part to the big part.